Three Guys, One Bullet, aka 3G1D, is a no-shill, low-frills podcast. Ideas and support come from viewers like you. So please, help us be better by leaving suggestions, subscribing, as well as if you comment, your kids will be embarrassed, you said to a grown man. Thanks, and enjoy the show.
Like your nutsack's really wrinkly.
Yeah.
It caught it.
I feel you.
Like, have you ever cut your nuts with a razor
Yeah.
shaving? You know how much blood there is?
That's a lot of blood.
And like if you're shaving under your nuts, it's just blood everywhere.
Yeah. And then depending on how bad it is.
I'm like, Tyler, this fucking razor! I'm like, oh god.
Hey, at least you didn't go and it like bog down and get like, and then it's like hung there,
So
bound up.
I don't
Like a
know.
nut flap.
Yes, a nut. Are we recording? Because that'd been great.
We have been recording for like 2 seconds. We
Yeah.
got the whole nut conversation.
Man-scaping. Be
Not
careful.
a sponsor.
We are going to talk about manscaping today.
No.
Yes.
No.
How do you feel about it? How does your significant other feel about it? Let's discuss this topic today. Does she want you to be clean shaven?
Makes it look bigger.
It does.
If you shave it
does.
right.
Yes. You know, if you keep the hedges short, the yard looks better.
That's right.
If the grass is grown up, the tree looks smaller.
Oh, fuck.
You just can't see the forest through the trees.
Yes.
You can't see the trees through the forest. Fuck you say?
Because you
I'm
can't see
kind
the
of
forest through
worried.
the trees.
Like that made it sound like there's a lot of trees.
Depending on what time of the month there might be.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Three Guys, One Bullet coming at you with...
Our functional alcoholic Sean.
What?
a new podcast starring our functional alcoholic Sean. But no super fancy intro today. We're talking about pubes and the lawnmower 3.0, which Taylor bought. And if you
Product review time.
is it a product review? How?
No, it's not a product review. I fucking cut myself and bled like a stud hog, man.
Was that the lawnmower's fault?
I don't know.
It could have been your fucking...
It wasn't as advertised.
We said that we were going to do product reviews. I had no idea we were going to go into this level of product reviews, but seeing as you have actual experience with this, what would you give the Lawnmower 3.0, the YouTube special?
The YouTube, oh yeah, because they advertised a bunch on YouTube.
Yeah,
They have little Sarah Jean Underwood saying, "Here, this is the lawnmower 3000 or whatever."
Yeah, so
Yeah, that
What's your
has been
lawnmower?
Playboy model.
you would know when you...
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm our in-house porn aficionado, apparently.
Oh,
Holy crap.
wow.
I didn't know we needed one of those.
I didn't know we had one of those.
No, I'm not. Disclaimer, I'm not.
I think he already said
It's
he
been
did.
I'm
rumored.
pretty sure I'm going to edit out that disclaimer.
No, not.
I'm pretty sure that's
I'm
what's
going to fucking roll a disclaimer out constantly throughout this podcast. But, no. I don't know. I've used it one time, like I said. I cut myself real bad. I bled everywhere. It looked like a damn...
Were you attempting to give yourself a vasectomy or?
No, but I think I was doing a fucking amateur vasectomy job. That's what it
I
felt
got
like.
you. Practice.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. You're going to start doing them for like $10.99 a pop out the back of a van?
They probably make pretty good profit,
Mm-hmm.
No.
especially with MGTOW going on.
This is true.
No.
No.
No. I haven't used it again. I've been scared to death.
So you don't want to play Dr. Taylor,
No.
can you?
Can I?
Just for me.
I give you a healthy dose of the Dr. Pond's root juice.
So, a little bit of housekeeping today, guys.
Not our pubes.
Yeah, we'll sweep those up after we're done. We got one comment on one of our videos.
What?
One comment.
One whole comment.
Is it say?
This is going to be probably the fifth one we going up.
What is the comment?
It's a shill. So, yeah.
A shill.
Yeah, it's somebody trying to get us to shill.
Okay.
Apparently, there's some Zeus.com thing where you can inflate your viewer count, I guess, with bots.
Uh-huh.
And they're basically like, you guys are good, but with Zeus.com, you could be fucking 100 times better.
Oh, then we could have a bunch of views.
Oh, it's like a bunch of Chinese hacker troll farm shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, no, unfortunately, Mr. Zeus, we will not be.
What was his name?
I have no idea. It's the only one, so I'll have to look it up.
What video?
It was the third one, I think, on our third video.
So here's my question. Did he actually listen to us, or did he just, is he a goddamn Russian troll bot farm
I guess we'll never know.
rancher that said, hey.
That is the least viewed video. Well, not counting the new one that just went up not too long ago. That was, number 3 is probably the least good video.
Remember this, like, share, subscribe, comment.
Please comment. We live to make you part of our show.
One lucky commenter will get a random gift from us. It will be a good gift.
Juice?
No, it's not.
Oh, good. Because I was worried for him.
Sure, why not? If somebody will give us a fucking comment, we will make sure that we send you something. It might not be anything you want, but we will send you something.
But it'll be from the heart.
It will be from the heart.
Whose heart? Because I think our hearts are all in different places.
Kali Ma. But guys, so I know it's been a minute. There's lots of stuff that's happened since we've actually sat down and talked. Like
Yeah, I went to South Padre.
and
Got stopped by Border Control, Customs Integration, and their drug.
Sean went on a trip. Taylor got a 3D printer. I know we talked about it in our bonus episode, but I don't think that one's going to go up until I heavily edit that one.
What?
So
Wait, that's not gonna be a. That's gonna be.
It will be, but it's on the PC right now, and I haven't edited it, and this will probably go up before.
It has to be heavily edited. Oh, because that was
Why?
a fuck off episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
There
stuff
was a
going
lot
on.
of. There was a
Did
random.
we record another one?
I think we were all fucking venting on that one.
Yes,
Maybe so.
it was a lot of venting. A lot. Our wives were involved.
Oh,
It's gonna
that's
have
right.
to be.
Paul showed up.
It's gonna have to be a bonus episode for like maybe extra content. But if I get
On our OnlyFans, only able to be available
yes,
on our
that
OnlyFans.
will be on our OnlyFans. That'll be the first video.
Subscribe. 6 month subscribers get a free gift from Taylor and his root juice, apparently.
On my 3D printer, whatever comes first.
Probably you. Come on, Zach.
Fine.
You look like you want to say something.
No, I don't think I can after that. I was just kind of going through everything, kind of getting everybody up to speed about your root juice.
Heaven.
But Taylor got a 3D printer. We're kind of going through the throes and the motions of figuring out how to do that. Not as simple as you might think.
Yeah, we fucking suck. That's what it means.
Well, I don't think we suck. We're just new. You know,
Or as the
everybody,
gamer boys like to say on the fucking Xbox, get good.
yeah, get good, son.
Get good, son.
Yeah, we ain't good. Kind
Yeah.
of fucking up a lot. Everything we touch turns to literal fucking dust.
So let me ask you this. I know we had a conversation on it, and some of the different materials. How's the carbon fiber doing?
Okay,
Any better, or do we know yet?
Well, I printed a carbon fiber piece.
Okay.
It is in fact better,
Okay.
but still I'm having a problem with the.
Lamination.
It's like the layering, right? It's
the
like
lamination of the layering.
it's like it's not getting a full adhesion. It's like breaking and cracking in pieces, and I don't know.
We're having warping issues too.
So one thing I found is like, see, that's an open. I don't know what the proper term is, but I open air 3D printer with a tray that's out.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice, a lot of these 3D printers are enclosed. Okay, so that helps keep heat in.
So you need a lid
I don't think that the printer I have you can put a lid on it.
or a hotter room put in the garage.
I would be afraid that the garage it's so delicate that
No, I know the heat that it has. It needs to. I'm talking about the heat for the plastic itself. Like,
I'm just saying if the ambient
I don't know if it's
temperature
cooling.
wasn't 65
you know,
degrees.
something else I was thinking of,
what's up?
and I'll play with it, and it will self-adjust itself back. There's a fucking cooling fan. There's fans all over the thing, but there's another. I think it's the extruder heat fan. I don't know. It's just something. Like I said, trial and error. But when your prints take 24 fucking hours to do, also I will say this: I get excited. I find something I want to fucking print. I go into the slicing program, or what I think it's called Cura, and I just like speed through it because I'm like, I want to print this motherfucker, right? And I get up there, I set my damn bed up, I set everything, and I just go to fucking printing. I need to spend more time playing with the slicing.
See, I think your major problem is your process. When I was watching it the other day, it was kept printing a layer and headed back to home, and it wasn't doing efficiently printing. And it might be maybe layer sizes or
The layer size, that was the finest detail. If you would have done bigger, I don't know. That's
but
just-
maybe because it's so fine, it doesn't get a good lay down, and then it might be rougher or stronger, and then you kind of, because every 3D printer thing that I've bought has been pretty rough, but fairly strong.
You bought some 3D printed stuff?
Yeah, the 300 Blackout AR-15 tube adapter that I bought.
That's 3D
It's a 3D printer. It was hella expensive, and after doing this, I kind of know why.
What material is that one?
I'm pretty sure it's just
It looks like ABS.
ABS or PEG.
Yeah.
It's
but
not.
It seems to be very.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
when you left it in the truck the other day, it got hot.
Yeah, the thing is, it's susceptible to heat.
Okay.
And it is susceptible through, I had to super glue the tube into the back of it because it was wobbly, because those threads, if you fucking cross thread them, they're fucking gone.
I know some of them that I've seen, they're kind of grainy, and I almost wonder if you could maybe dip it in like a polyurethane or something that would fill all those little crevices.
It's grainy, not really so much grainy. It's like you can see the layer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's something that would bind it all together. Some kind of polyurethane.
There's a smoother, like PLA, which is polylactic acid, which is like basically an organic polymer. I think the main ingredient is like cornstarch shit. That's that red plastic I had. You can actually give it an acetone bath to smooth it out.
I don't know. It's just a process. We're just gonna have to keep trying, keep learning. That's the major deal, is that we can't give up. Now, that little adapter is a great test for kind of playing around and seeing if it's gonna actually.
Yeah, I really want to work on making more functional pieces that you can actually use a thing. You know.
Definitely.
You know, that's what my biggest thing is. I want to make stuff that's not only functional firearm related items, but mechanical. Functional parts, you know, even prototyping stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's where it's good for doing. I know it's possible. We just got to learn how to do it.
Right.
We just got to learn what the best run and setup is for different materials, and it's a lot of processing and doing things. And I don't know. I think if we spend a little bit more time in that software and figured out like how it's printing, it might be a little bit better. There's got to be a way, because I know. My limited experience in CAM, how you do stuff matters. It might just be the way we're going about it, or it might be just that it's printing too fast. Who knows?
Well, see, another thing, and this is where the 3D printer pertains to our conversation here, is I want to print fucking Glock lowers, AR-15 lowers, because I can.
Yeah.
Because why shouldn't I be able to? You know, there's the whole with the Liberty Derringer. What do they call that gun? The Liberty.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. It's the 380 Liberator.
The Liberator, yeah. I mean, code is speech. Code is knowledge. You can't block knowledge from people.
Yeah, that's protected under your First Amendment.
Right.
And also your Fourth and your Second.
Yeah.
So,
I think you're covered.
We can make guns at our house, and I think it'd be fun to do.
We just got to get the process right. That's all that matters.
I did print a plastic Glock frame. It wore.
It's in the box of shame.
It's in the box of shame. There's a box of shame, and it is piling up fast.
Well, it is what it is. You know, we're just going to have to keep trying.
Get a mystery part out of the box of shame for a small $5 donation. Will surprise you. You don't know what it'll be, but it comes directly from Taylor's box of shame.
If it's a Glock lower, it'll be in half per ATF guidelines.
What box of shame?
What box of shame?
Which box of shame? the 3D parts box of shame, or the other box of shame?
His other box of shame.
All right, guys.
I will give you a 8 terabyte hard drive with hentai on it.
They can get that for free.
Well, since Hentai Heaven shut down.
You know about that.
You know about that. I read about it on an article. You know about that.
Do I want to know what it is? I don't know. You got kind of excited, but what is it? Because
I thought it was pretty funny. He's like, I know what Hentai Heaven is.
No, I don't.
All right, fucking give it to me, bro. What happened?
I don't know. I was like,
give you what?
The story.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't watch.
We're talking about everything.
Okay,
yeah.
Clearly. So fill me in, because I'm lost.
Apparently, there was this website. I was reading about it on a.
You were reading about it?
I was reading about it on Reddit.
Oh, so you weren't watching it?
No, because I'm not into cartoon stuff. It's weird. You know, I like that 4K shit. But there was this website and all the little what do you call them? What's a derogatory name for nerds that watch that shit?
Weebs?
Weebs. All the weebs and the weeboos and whatever you call them. They were crying on Reddit because there's this website called Hentai Heaven. It was like this massive hentai site hub.
Okay.
Yeah, so they were all sad.
Well, I mean, I guess I can understand, but there's a lot of listen, for real, that's a big deal with free speech nowadays. Especially on PlayStation and stuff, they're banning something that would be considered anything that would be considered an attractive female. That it goes with stuff like hentai, and that goes all the way up to real girls. If it's a traditionally attractive female, California censors are putting the screws to stuff like that because they see it as sexual.
On names?
But then
on PlayStation names?
No, I mean, yeah, not on names. I mean on games, on pictures, on anything. It is a big deal that's going on right now where Japan sort of sees stuff like that as more funny and they're a little bit more loose. And free speech Americans sort of feel like if it exists, we should be able to see it. And PlayStation sort of ecosystem is being Americanized. Yeah. Puritanism, they're being super Puritanist, but only when it comes to seeing attractive females. They're trying to change beauty standards, and this is the way they do it. So, I don't know, take that for what it's worth.
So D's are bad, but A's are okay.
On which scale are you talking about?
Huh? Breastises.
Breastises? Yeah. No, it has really nothing to do with breastises size. It's more about 10s versus 1s. If you get what I'm saying. So if you're leaning,
there's a conspiracy.
If a depiction of a female character is leaning towards more of a 10, you're more likely to get.
Maybe there's a conspiracy theory behind it.
So
there is. It's
a picture, a profile picture.
Are okay.
Not profile pictures. I'm talking about games. I'm talking about media. Anything that's more heavily skewed to what meant playing into the male fantasy.
Let's say there's let's say there's a Tomb Raider game.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. So they want a fat pink-haired lesbian.
Yes, as Lara Croft. Basically, they would rather have instead of traditionally.
And I'm not being offensive to pink fat lesbians. I like lesbians.
But yes, that's what I'm saying. Traditionally, Lara Croft would be a pretty brunette that's, got big titties, and a lot of men would like to play and watch her.
Okay.
But because of the way things are going, they're trying to change the conversation to be that's not pretty and you shouldn't like that. And
so basically, I could upload a video of Taylor jumping on a trampoline and that would be fine.
Yeah.
I think that would fall more into the pink-haired lesbian side of things.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Taylor.
It's okay.
But hormone issues.
You know they have laser hair removal for that.
Yeah.
That is a fucking rabbit. I'm glad we went on it, though.
Oh.
Y'all found any ammo?
Yeah, I did. A couple thousand rounds of 45 in the back of the truck. I had 1,500 rounds.
Don't be saying that to the public, Sean. You'll probably get murdered.
And I sold a lot of ammo this weekend at the gun show.
Oh yeah, I forgot we went to the gun show.
I went back Sunday.
You went back Sunday.
I sold $2,000 worth of ammo. Really, I'd say it was probably more like $500 worth of ammo at extremely high prices.
Were they just
out of the truck?
Yeah.
Did you put the truck closer?
Nope. It was out of the back of my truck.
Did you have a sign?
I went inside and was walking around. I was looking at some of the guys' tables, and I was like, "You want to buy some ammo? You can put it on your table and sell it." Yeah.
Did that work?
It did. 42 cents a round for 9mm.
Maybe that's what Brandon should have fucking done.
Might have been. I cleaned up. I did very well. So if I can find some more ammo for on the cheap, I'll buy it and flip it right now. Wow.
Yeah, now's the time if you can.
So 42 cents a round for 9?
That's what I sold it at.
Now the ammo that I got
to the dealers.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
that's why you're an enterprising motherfucker, man.
And he turned around and he sold that shit. I think he put 50 cents a round on it and put it on his table.
That's what they were selling it for on Saturday when I was Cobra Ops.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, that was pretty fun, man. Instead of, hey man, would it be easier to just me to text you? No. Here, take this bow thing. Here's an earpiece. Go in there, and you're gonna walk around and talk to me on this.
And to be fair, I walked in somewhat aware of what y'all were doing, but to walk up behind him when he doesn't know you're there and just listening, like if you didn't know what was going on, you would think he was a crazy guy walking around the gun show talking to himself. Because you didn't see the earpiece.
Yeah. That's fucking hilarious.
Well, that's good. I was glad. I was worried that I looked like a fucking retard, but I looked like a fucking retard.
You did look like a retard. You look like an absolute off the walls crazy lunatic talking a full on conversation.
Good.
Yeah, I was. I know you, and I was in fear for myself.
You know, if they're not afraid,
If you're not afraid, you're not living.
I get respect through fear.
There you go.
But anyway, gun show was fun though. It was kind of fucking.
It's derpy.
All they had was like fucking hunting rifles and shotguns, and I mean there was a few cool things, but they wanted way too much money for them. There was just not anything super interesting there. It was kind of Bill and Joe Bob's famous outdoor recreation center at the airport, and
Yeah, basically.
it wasn't much to talk about. But it was fun, like getting hassled by all the fucking boomers. So that was cool.
Yeah, did you notice? Because we didn't pull all the guns out when all the older gentlemen started showing up.
Pulled out the
I was like, hey, when you get the 1911s out of the back of the truck.
I did catch that.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. And a lot of people walk
World
up.
War II.
A lot of people walk up and they're like, I'm not paying that for ammo. And they go in there and they come back out and they bought fucking ammo. That's fucking hilarious. You know, you talk about us buying ammo lately. I did buy 600 rounds of 308 or 7.62 NATO. Another disclaimer, it's 1980s production, Portuguese, ball ammo, full metal jacket, linked, de-linked. So it has some tarnish on it.
Which 200 rounds are inside my cleaner with a bunch of polish right now going to town.
But I think
because I left it on when I left for work.
I think we left the golden age of surplus ammo and stuff, but also for 200 rounds was $96 plus shipping. It ended up, I think, being like 55 cents a round, which still isn't bad.
It's not bad. I saw that Atwoods had some Aguila 308 today, full metal jacket, for $13 for a box of 20. So you were still cheap, and you got ammo cans.
I didn't find anything. I haven't really been looking. I basically just been chilling out and waiting for this shit to pass.
Here's my advice, and I've done told you my advice. I'll share my advice with everybody. This will pass. This shall pass. And when it does, I want people to be fucking smarter and wiser and more diligent on their ammo buying, because people running around with like chickens with their heads cut off. And it's retarded.
Well, it happens every time.
It happens every time. You need to be more prepared.
And then
And I'm
there's
not
some of
talking
us
like
that got
a prepared
few thousand
person.
rounds extra laying around
Okay.
that we can spare.
Check it out. This is what you do. When you go to Walmart and you're buying groceries, or you're at fucking Atwoods getting fucking fishing gear, or fucking feed, which is a farm, you know, like a Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply, I don't even think Tractor Supply sells.
I don't think they sell guns.
No, ammo. They used to sell ammo. No.
They don't anymore.
They don't anymore.
They sell safes.
They sell safe. But like if you're Academy, Gander, not even getting gun stuff, or Walmart now still, yeah, buy a box of ammo. Whether they don't sell pistol ammo anymore, do they?
Walmart doesn't.
Buy a box of 22. Buy something you have there.
Spend $20 on ammo every time you go in.
Yeah.
It'll add up.
Or hell, even if they sell something for like $2 or something, 22 something.
Buy 50 round count for $3.50.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
Pick it up. Enjoy yourself.
Slowly but surely, you will.
You will build a stockpile, you know, and if you're out shooting it, you need to replace what you shoot. You need to have a rotating stock of ammunition. If you're like a planker,
that way it doesn't get old either. I mean,
you don't have an expiration date.
I know it doesn't.
Keep it cool and dry. Keep it.
If you've got 5, 6, 7, 8,000 rounds, it's probably not all in your house. It's probably not in an area that, you know, is the humidity's regulated. A lot of people just stick it in the garage, which is fine. I'm just saying, it doesn't have a shelf life. I agree. It totally. The powder stays good. You're fine. But I like to change my ammo out. After about 3 or 4 years, I start selling or shooting
Rotating
something.
stuff.
Rotate.
Yeah, you gotta
just
rotate
kind of
the
get
stock.
fresh stuff in there.
Now, those ammo cans, like ammo cans, Jessica, you know, anytime you get like a...
Put a silica bag in
You
it.
put a silica bag or two in there. It keeps moisture out. You know, anytime you get a new pair of shoes or something, you know.
Recycle.
Yeah, recycle. And then you can reuse that silica if you're a very inventive person. Just empty those sacks out into a pan and put it in the freaking
oven at 350 for about 2-3 hours, and then rebag it.
Yeah.
But you know, that's just when you're trying to be good to the environment. You know, we're very green here.
Yes.
We focus on that.
We leave no footprint.
Our carbon footprint, we're working on shrinking it like Amazon. You know, by 2025, we're gonna be there.
Yeah, I really don't give a fuck.
Well, if you see how much plastic I'm wasting with that fucking 3D printer,
The box of shame.
yeah.
But no, I mean, like, you're right. You do that, and then maybe you've got a little age on it or something like that, and then you turn around and your ammo that you've been buying for 15 cents a round is now worth 40, 50 cents a round.
It's like,
hell yeah, sell those 3,000 rounds.
See,
why not? I still got another 3,000 rounds.
But like me, with the military surplus, collection and rifles, I'm shooting ammo.
That was...
Fuck, I've shot ammo that was 1938 head stamped with fucking waffin stamps on them and eagles and shit. And it shot fine. I've shot shit that was,
Yeah.
I've shot
80, 90-year-old ammo.
I've shot some 1906, 30-06 before. But I want people to come out of this. It's kind of like your buddies that work in the oil field, and they, when it's booming and they're buying all these fucking boats and cars and badass shit, and then the oil field goes bust and everything in the bank parking lots fill up and repossessed, and then the oil field booms again and they're back booming.
Yeah,
when you start, you gotta hold some shit back, man. You gotta save back for a rainy day with a lot of shit. I mean, look at the run on fucking canned food and shit. Like
in the coronavirus
early Rona days, man. Yeah.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper, yeah. It was getting a little edgy there. I thought I was going to have to start like using the damn 3 shells, man.
That's a mystery, and I'm glad you know about that because you're a fucking American. Yeah. Demolition Man, if you don't know about the 3 shells, just turn off this podcast. Yeah. Don't do that. We still need you. Sean, do you know about the 3 shells?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. I know about the 3 shells. Gosh.
Oh my god.
I've seen the movie. Okay.
Okay, that was my childhood. Okay, Demolition Man every.
It wasn't my childhood. I was a little older when that came.
Well, it was on TBS like fucking every
day. Every day or every fucking weekend. That and Con Air.
Yeah.
I loved Con Air.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, watch it every fucking weekend.
When we were talking over the phone, I had mentioned 7.62 by 39, and that kind of got us into the discussion of platforms.
That's my next build, actually, an AR.
An AR 7.62 by 39.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
Blasphemy.
I've got ARs. I've got AKs. I'm gonna merge the 2.
AK.
I have more AKs. I went to your house before I came here.
Yeah. So I'm a Puritan when it comes to.
This is a great split because you are Taylor is a Puritan for the AK platform, and Sean actually wants to build an AR-15 in 7.62 by 39.
If you want to make the AR better, why not?
And it's well, okay. So my whole thing is I want to build it, and you think it's a bastard child.
I don't think it's a bastard child. I mean,
it is, and I'm going to name it Taylor.
Do it.
There's too many.
I want you to name your bastard child Taylor.
I am. I'm gonna have it sear coated on the side. I'm thinking like a burnt bronze, and look. So this is. I know Zach's kind of. I touched on this with you. I'm gonna do wooden furniture on the AR chambered in 7.62 by 39.
You have to.
I think it's just gonna be a good combination.
I love that. Actually,
and it's gonna.
I might copycat you eventually.
Dude, and I'm going to do a side charging handle.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting
You got to do a piston upper, too.
A piston driven upper?
Yes.
I mean, I feel like this is going to be a very expensive build.
Yeah, the wood furniture. The wood M-lock furniture alone is
pretty have y'all seen like the updated AKs like the Russians use?
Yeah, it's so cool.
You ever heard what the Russians say about AKs, like with AKMs with wooden furniture on them?
I've mentioned it, but I don't know what the hell.
That AKs
with wood furniture
are for American collectors and African child soldiers.
Because everybody's moving to polymer.
Yeah, everybody's polymer. I mean, look how popular the damn, the M4 style fold stocks are on some bitches.
I mean, it's. I mean, we've moved through to the modern age. Wood is kind of more like a pretty thing than it is like wood is becoming more luxury now than and polymer sort of becoming more of the poor man's tool and the use objects.
He was talking about he wants to do an AK build. I want to do, or not AK build, he wants to do the 7.62 by 39 upper AR. How about the CMG Mutant that takes the AK mags? See,
that's what I want to do. I want to do the Palmetto State Armory that takes the
Palmetto State Armory has one too. But it takes AK mags. That would be cool.
That's what I want.
That would be very cool. I'm going to tell you what I want. I want one of the Wolf imports them. And it's the Taiwanese Type. Is it the Type 91?
Yes. That was actually between that upper and the one that I got that I was like super.
But can you
split
find
on.
them?
Yeah, I mean, maybe not post Rona, but you could have because I almost bought one.
No, they had to be Taiwanese made, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just imported by Wolf.
Well, Wolf, all Wolf does import shit. But there's a 12-inch barrel one, right?
Yes, there is. There's a 12 and a 16-inch. And it is a piston driven, I think.
Yeah.
What is optimal barrel length for a 7.6239?
I don't know if there's.
I know like blackout is 9-inch.
Okay.
I'm curious.
I think
when do you
it's
get your
somewhere
full,
between 12 and 16 inches.
to get your full burn? It's
probably somewhere
substantially more than a blackout.
You know, and to me, it doesn't fucking matter. You know,
if you have a little fire come out the end,
you always want a fucking fire come out the end.
So, as the Puritan, let me ask you this: if you were to do the PSA lower that takes the AK mags, and you saw somebody rolling around with that, rocking maybe one of the $100 and something AK mags or a Bakelite mag inside their
That'd be pretty dope.
Would it? So that you'd be okay with?
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be some blasphemy, man.
Somebody having a $130 mag in their AR,
shooting fucking shit pills.
Exactly.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, for your engagement ranges, I think I'd rather have 7.62 by 39 than 5.56 223.
Hey, I had this thought the other day.
Yeah, it's a lot more mass, and that's kind of the same thing. You know, I did the blackout build, and just seeing how much bullet drop I have with a subsonic round at 200 yards. I mean,
you know, I've never really let shit bother me like that. I'm always a man of shot placement.
Absolutely. And I think we're all decent.
I like AR-15s. You know, M4 carbine.
Do you run yours wet or dry?
I don't ever clean anything, so.
Never.
I mean, they run like my ARs.
Yeah.
I mean, I just.
What would you say you clean more, your ARs or your AKs?
I mean, after I shoot, I clean them. Sometimes. If I shoot corrosive ammo, I clean my AKs all the time.
Gotcha.
Because I don't.
So
you don't want a sewer pipe bore.
You're not a firm believer then, and you never have to clean
my ARs. No, I'm not a firm believer. You don't have to clean nothing. I'm not.
Zach, when was the last time you cleaned yours?
I'm not fucking finished.
Oh, sorry.
I'm not. You interrupted me. I'm not as adamant about cleaning the AR-15s.
Okay.
I don't.
Because you don't care about them.
Not that I don't care about them. I do care about my guns.
It's like the stepchild.
No.
You lock them under the broom, like in the broom closet.
No, I just don't.
They don't get used as much.
No, they get used. No, I just don't. I don't run them wet. I'll clean them off. I'll like wipe them down with CLP or something. Mm-hmm. But I don't. They're not like sopping wet.
How often do you clean?
Well, I mean, since I only have the one AR-15,
let's say across the board. I mean, even like in general. I mean, do you come and clean your? I
don't do it. I don't even do it every time I go out. Okay. I mean, I haven't probably cleaned my most used gun in about 6 months.
Really?
I mean, I just don't. I mean,
I kind of do it on round count. That's what I've always done.
Round count?
Yeah. Once I hit, maybe 15 to 2,000 rounds through my AR, I'll clean it.
15, 2,000. I mean,
yeah.
You're talking about swabbing the barrel and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I clean way more than you fucking do.
Oh.
God damn.
Now on my rifles, I'll probably like the 7 mag. It gets cleaned every like 300 rounds.
I get the carbon buildup. I mean, I clean my gun more than 1,500, 2,000 rounds.
I don't feel like that's much because I'll do that like in a, I think we went through 500 rounds of 45 at the range the other day.
Yeah,
I didn't clean them. There'd probably be a couple more range times before I clean those.
Go through, probably pick one up and clean it while I'm sitting there watching TV or something.
Have a beer and...
Yeah, just clean. I mean, until I shoot it again.
I
mean, one of my ARs I actually didn't clean just to see, and I ran it very dry, and the carbon buildup was atrocious.
Well, the last one that I cleaned was my AK. After you told me, that was corrosive ammo you grabbed. I scrubbed it down.
Okay, it had a chrome line bore. That AK does.
It does.
Which is fine and dandy, but your other bits and bobs in your receiver section, when you shoot,
that goes everywhere.
That shit goes everywhere, and you just... I mean, if you want rust, the rust ain't gonna hurt it.
No, it's AK.
Yeah.
Nothing hurts it.
To break y'all's conversation up, but I had a question that I've always wanted to ask, or I thought that I had the other day. You know that the AK is generally less accurate than the AR-15 in general. But do you think that actually helps when it comes to shooting at a practical target? Because you kind of have a bigger window to shoot at. I know practicing accuracy, you want to be pinpoint accurate, but what if that little bit less accuracy kind of puts you to where you need to be? That's just the thought I had.
You sold me on Taylor sold me on an AK. The only reason I have an AK is because of Taylor, and because I thought the same thing. I was like, why would I want one? They're perfectly.
I'm not wanting to denigrate the accuracy at all. I'm saying where an AR-15 might be 1 MOA at 100 yards, an AK is probably like 2. On a good AK is probably like 2.
Fuck.
With iron sights at 200 yards, I'm accurate.
Look here.
I'm saying, does the bigger circle help you hit
the bigger circle?
Like as far as we're talking about MOA, let's say 1 MOA versus 2 MOA. Does the bigger MOA kind of help you hit the target because you have a bigger window to hit, kind of like a shotgun?
Okay, we're going to compare apples to apples here. Let's say you have a 16-inch barreled AR-15. Okay, carbine, whatever, M4 style carbine, with a iron sights on it. Okay, with the peep sights in the rear, carry handle. You had an AR or an AK 16-inch barrel with the iron sights. You got the front rear sight on the barrel. An average shooter who's experienced in shooting both guns proficiently is probably going to shoot about the same. I don't know if you're going to get one MOA with iron sights on the AR-15.
I don't think you would.
That's not
what he's
You're saying that the AK is flying bullets everywhere and the AR-15 shooting laser beams.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Okay, I'm very confused. Let's straighten me up.
I'm saying,
I think when he described
the side picture.
What do you think I'm trying to say?
When he described it as a shotgun, I think is when he got his point across. He's saying like when you shoot a shotgun, you got a 12-inch spread out there to hit your target with.
Are you talking side picture?
No. He's talking about when you actually aim. And I get what you're trying to say with that. I don't think that tends itself or leads itself to any better accuracy per se. In any case, if you were going to go down that road, you're more accurate because you have a bigger diameter bullet. That's it.
Well, you see what I'm saying.
I see what you're asking. Yes.
I'm lost. You're talking about. We're going to say this AR-15 shoots 1 MOA at 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to say the AK shoots fucking anywhere between 3 to 5 MOA
at 100 yards.
At 100 yards. That's a shitty AK.
Yeah, I mean that's a dirty bad gun for anything.
That's a fucking shot out AK that some kid in Libya is carrying around.
That's a Mossberg. What was that one?
That goddamn Draco. We're talking about the Draco.
That's the high point. Oh, hey, I had a guy try to sell me a Draco the other day, 2 days ago.
But
for how much?
800.
No. You want to take a guess on what
Is
they
that
were trying
what
to?
You asked me?
Yes. Do you want to take a guess on what they were trying to sell this Draco for?
$1,500.
Not that bad.
$1,000.
Yes.
Was it the mini or the micro or the regular?
A mini Draco.
The mini. I had like mine.
Just like yours.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, off topic.
I'm sorry, but you're saying that that the fact that the AR-15 has this AK.
I guess what I'm trying to say is because it's so precise, it gives you less room for error.
The AR-15.
Yes, it would give you less room for error because if you were to make it, you'd have to be more on target than you would be.
But you could miss by even more if that.
I'm just saying, do you think that
you say the AK's out there chucking bullets within this given area, basically, so that's what you're saying.
No. You're not understanding what I'm saying.
I have no fucking clue what you're saying.
I guess I should just drop it then.
We need to give me a visual out of the gun range.
Okay. I guess that's the best way.
But hey, you can't say the AK's inaccurate.
No, I'm not saying the AK's inaccurate.
You're just saying that.
I'm just saying it might give you a little bit bigger window to a little bit better.
You're going to have a leadway?
Like a better leeway. Let's like I said with the shotgun, it's got a bit bigger pattern as far as when you push it out to further,
So you're saying the farther you go out in range that the MOA is going to change and shift and that you're going to have a bigger
Yes and no.
I'm so fucking lost. So I'm just gonna tell you this: if my sights are something, I intend to hit that, and if I don't hit that, then it's my fault, not the gun's fault.
Yes, but it has nothing to do with the gun.
I am fucking confused because I'm like, if I line up my sights, I'm going to shoot my shot, man.
Right. No,
So-
I know what you're saying. I think that you can't understand what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just me, but I know what I'm saying. I think maybe somebody else will. That just because it's a little bit bigger of a think about throwing a softball versus throwing a baseball. The softball is bigger and it's easier to catch. You know what I'm saying? So maybe downrange it helps you out because it gives you a little bit wider of a circle that it's shooting at. In a sense.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
So in a sense, yes, unless you're thinking, okay, I got a 6-inch pattern, but the problem is it's going to hit anywhere in that 6-inch pattern. So if you're low right, banking that it's going to shoot high left, but then it shoots low right too, well then you're 9 inches off target.
Well, I don't think I'm conveying what I'm trying to say.
Unless you're
I'm
comparing a
fucking
22 diameter versus a 30 caliber diameter.
No.
No? Okay. Then
I'm going to change the subject. But anyway.
Women's rights.
Huh?
Women's rights.
Women, no. We're not touching that. No.
Poke it with a stick, see if it's alive.
Yeah. Oh, it's alive. So anyway, back to the platform debate. Before you guys start saying any more about that, Military Arms Channel actually did a test where he compared the AR platform in 7.62 by 39, I think 2 variants, versus an AK-47, a good one, like an accurate AK-47, against the PSA and I think the Mutant. And the AK was less accurate than the AR. With similar, that he used all the same ammo through all the same guns.
I've seen that same.
And I think that's because it's direct impingement. It's because it's not made out of sheet metal. Kind of holds up a little bit better.
You're looking at a huge difference in barrels too.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think the barrel lengths were 16 inches on both of them.
But barrel material, barrel quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even on a
I think
good,
he was shooting his Bostiv M70. Or was he shooting
I can't
Arsenal?
remember what he said.
He wasn't shooting. I don't think he was shooting Arsenal. I think he was shooting a more budget friendly.
Well, the AK. Well, one was the Mutant is a lot more expensive than the PSA, but not a whole lot more of a difference as far as value goes there.
So we were talking about AKM platform rifles. How about a AK and 223 5.56?
Actually, I don't know where I seen this.
I think
the
that
other
goes
day.
against the laws of nature.
No, they have one.
I know. I'm just saying.
I actually watched a special on that the other day, where the Polish army for a long time was the only army. Huh?
The barrel.
The barrel.
BRYL. Barrel.
Yes.
What
okay.
the fuck? Yeah, I shot one.
They were the only NATO pack with a Kalashnikov pattern rifle in NATO.
He would roll over in his grave.
But I mean, the thing was that they say that it's that round in that caliber as a good combination for keeping it all low and like controllable.
Yeah, because like if you're rapid firing, I've shot full auto AKs. I've shot full auto M16s. That's different. If you're shooting like a semi-auto AK, you're kind of bouncing around the place. An AR, it kind of stays right there with you.
Ergonomics are better.
The ergonomics are better.
It's a more comfortable rifle.
You had a Russian peasant tank driver come up with this thing, and they just ran with it.
It's like a hay fork you shoulder.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a fucking tool, man.
So
But I enjoy them.
I like the AK just because it is
nostalgia.
The AK. It is nostalgic. It is it's probably killed more people on planet Earth than anything.
more than Hillary Clinton.
Well, hold up. We don't know that. Don't put that on the AK.
I just had to poke Zach a little.
Don't put that on the AK platform. Clintons have probably put down way more people. Anyway, so I was thinking, so you don't really like the fact, you feel bad, you not necessarily don't like it, you don't like the bastardization of the platform?
No, I just like giving them shit. I think it's cool.
It is cool. There's been a lot of AKAR babies out there, as far as history's gone.
At least I'm going to put wood furniture on it.
I think putting wood furniture with a Bakelite mag.
Yeah, but you gotta do the freaking PSA or the CMG lower which takes the AK mags. You have to do that.
No.
Why?
I'm gonna do.
Explain your position on why you would rather use AR-15 7.62 by 39 magazines over the traditional AK mags.
Because the lowers I already have.
You communist?
I am.
You're not anti-communist. No, it looks fun.
It does, but no, my whole reasoning is I already have the lowers.
Yeah, because you can use 6.5 Grendel.
And I already have the mags.
Is it 6.5 Grendel mags? Are cheap as shit. You can use them.
They're very, very cheap. I already have a shitload of them because I have 6.5 Grendels. So why not?
Okay. Well, that's a good point. You shouldn't go out and invest in a new platform and new magazines when you've already got.
And especially when I'm already having to go way out there with the furniture and.
Oh yes. Well, hey, maybe you could paint one of those magazines Bakelite colored.
You can.
I could. I have a sear coat it, or my buddy's pretty good with some rattle cans. I can give him a crack at a couple.
You can use some. Yeah, I know that dude.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
He'd probably do it for free.
He might hook us up.
He'd do it for a rusty trombone.
Or if not, I might be able to talk him into some kind of a sexual favor exchange with you.
Rusty trombone.
I prefer Cleveland Steelers over rusty trombone.
Okay.
Gross. Okay. So
I had a girl do that one time. It wasn't that fun.
Guys, nasty bastard. I seen another video the other day that got me thinking. It was by Lucky Gunner, and he did a segment on backpack guns. What do you think about backpack guns, and if you could have one, what caliber would you put it in?
Do an AR-15 pistol or SBR.
I would do the folder. You've seen the one that completely folds up, barrel goes into the little stock on it? That's what I would do. I like those. I've thought about buying one just to have one.
Well, he reasoned that because of our day and age with all of the writing and, you might not be encountering, it would have been rare for anybody to not need a pistol to just defend yourself. But with everything going on right now, it might be more expedient to have something that you can actually use, like a rifle caliber or rifle sized pistol with a brace, or a SBR type build that you can have in a backpack that's readily available, that's way more accurate than holding it in your hands.
Oh, absolutely.
Storable for make a bug out gun or a get where you need to go gun.
Plenty of ammo ready to go right there. You're not confining yourself to 6 shots, 10 shots.
I think shots. That
One
I
shot.
like the
One
idea
shot. Derringer.
No, my little badger. One shot.
Sorry, that wasn't a shot.
That's all I need. It's that one shot of 22.
And the other 30 people will stop.
Yeah, they'll hit you with a skateboard.
Yeah, they'll beat me with a skateboard.
Yeah, you could beat the fuck up with a skateboard with that gun.
I didn't realize how many people still skateboarded. Maybe I just missed that.
Well, those type of people definitely still skateboard.
What do you mean those type of people, Zach?
Well, you know exactly what I mean by those type of people, Sean. Communists! No.
Because we're going green.
You know why you don't know a lot of people that skateboard? Because you're a fucking adult.
Maybe yeah, that's true.
I'm gravitationally challenged, and so I don't.
Is that a funny way of saying I'm fat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to cure just.
Yeah, I know. You've been out of the fat game for a while, Zach.
I'm still pretty chubby.
Whatever. Taylor and I don't do good on 2 wheels or small wheels or.
I survived anorexia.
Quite well.
You survived and I prospered. I beat that shit off so good. But I think what I've been seeing that I've been really interested in is 9mm ARs that have between an 8 and a 6-inch barrel.
Yeah.
That's been perfectly sized to get into a backpack, have enough powder burn to get a little bit more than a pistol, and be able to get you from where you want to go.
If I was going that deep down that route, and I kind of feel like you might agree. I mean, I get 9mm cheaper and all, but
well, it used to be.
Oh, it used to be. I'd go 10 mil.
Oh yeah, they just came out with the roller delayed blowback.
Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna go that route and I was gonna make an actual pistol caliber AR, I would go 10 mil.
Could do more like hunting and stuff with it too.
Yeah, I think it would just kind of open. I mean, at some point I may go, oh yeah, let me get a 9mm too. But I think if my initial one, my first go, I would just do a 10, just more versatility with it.
Well, that's a good point. I like that.
I have that 7.5-inch barreled AR, 5.56. That's a pretty good backpack gun.
Shoots a lot of fire.
It's a good crowd dispersion too.
Crowd dispersion.
Have you used it like that?
You could disarm somebody like that.
Disarm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, literally disarm. yeah. I fucking spaghetti their damn bicep.
That gets us into Kyle, the killer Kenosha kid. He's the meme of the hour, boys, and I want to know your thoughts about what happened. It is going and probably has changed the entire landscape of the 2A world. If it hasn't, it will. Eventually, they're going to cite this as a thing that's happened. It's a marker in the history of guns and self-defense and all that shit.
It'll be interesting to see how it all unfolds and how it turns out. I mean, I've seen several of the videos now, and I mean, there's a lot of different perspectives on it and how it's viewed. So,
where do you fall on that side? Are y'all willing to say you fall on a side of whether, or I don't like this whole black and white narrative thing that we have to do nowadays.
Yeah.
How gray is this situation?
I mean, from the video, like I said, there may be some videos I haven't seen yet, but from the ones that I've seen, the first time, the first shooting, the first incident, he was running. He had been running. He was trying to get away from that person. I do feel like that was self-defense, justified. After that, I saw some videos, different angles and stuff, and I don't know, I think the next one kind of falls into more of a gray area as far as what happened after that. And rightfully so, because then you think that if you're there and somebody did get shot, are you trying to disarm the other person? Are you trying to attack the other person? You don't know, but you're getting swarmed. There's a lot of stuff going on. Definitely a gray area in the second half of all the videos that I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Do you have an opinion?
Oh, I hope the best for him. I really hate that a 17-year-old child had to defend himself the way he did. He had everybody in the world to be there, to carry a rifle with him, gun, arm himself. But the fact that he was forced to have to defend himself the way he did, I hate that for him.
I don't think anybody goes out with the intent and
no,
the desire to do that to somebody else.
No.
That's I don't feel like that's your.
I'm pretty neutral on the, there's pro-police, there's anti-police people. I don't.
Lots of gray in that area.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily pro-police, and I'm not necessarily abolish the whole police system. I think that we could always use reform no matter what in everything that we do. But, just to say, throw everything away and start anew, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
So I just wish the best for him and through the whole problems that he's going to be facing now.
Oh, it's not, for all the memes, they're not going over how big of a legal situation it's going to be.
It is.
It's going to be a fight. That's for sure.
You got a 17-year-old sitting in jail right now.
And sure they'll do some new presidents.
And you got a guy who's getting a prosthetic arm, the dumbass. You got two people, one with a hole in his head and the other one hole in his chest. They're dead.
Mr. Disarm didn't commit, whether he was the felon like they say he was on the internet. He had a gun. And whether or not you believe he was defending himself in that moment, which I'll give my opinion after I say this. Let's just say he was an active shooter, and for just talking purposes, he had him on the ground and he was right there, and he had a gun right there, and he hesitated, and he got his arm blown off for it.
And the reason that you justify the whole reason that young man had the gun on right there was a felon with a gun.
Right.
Felons know they're not supposed to have guns. But he still had one. He had it out. Why did he have it out? What was his intent to do it? Why would a felon want to carry a gun? Why would he even want to have a gun at a peaceful protest that was supposed to be?
You know that?
He was there to cause problems. And from what I understand, he was a felon. Another guy was a
Child molester,
pedophile.
Yes, that was the first guy who confronted him and was chasing him and threw the bag of stuff at him and cornered him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so, like I said, I've seen the video. That first one, I do feel like that was fully justified. He chased him, and he didn't just chase him a little bit. He chased him a ways.
Well, he was being shot at that point.
And there was also rounds that went off. So if I'm being chased and I hear gunfire, I do feel like that's rightfully self-defense. Like I said, I'm just going off of what I've seen in videos. On the second two, that does seem like there's some that really look like they were trying to go up to him, and then there's others that didn't. It's hard to say.
Right. But were you finished with what you were about to say?
Yeah.
I guess my whole perspective on that would be, like, I agree with you in the first one.
Yeah.
I think for pretty much he was fighting for his life the entire time.
And that, like I said, that very well could be it.
I didn't watch the video. It's hard for me to watch shit like that.
I watched everything I could see, and I fall on in the moment.
In the moment, it was intense.
From him getting cornered to him running away, he was fighting for his life.
Yeah. When you're retreating and somebody's
he's running the entire. He is running the entire time. He did not stop running. The only reason that he got jumped is because he fell down and people surrounded him. But I don't think that those people actually knew what was going on too.
Exactly. Everybody's in a...
So it's kind of a clusterfuck.
Did he get separated from everybody else?
Yes, he got separated. Now, I don't know. I think at one point I seen a video of him putting out what could be him putting out a fire. Mm-hmm. And red shirt guy, the guy that got shot first, getting very angry.
They lit a dumpster on fire.
And tried to push it into a gas station.
Yes, and he put the dumpster fire out, and that was when the initial confrontation happened.
And then, see, I think from that point, he was running away.
It was escalating.
And it escalated, and it happened. And I think that in that moment, he was in self-defense.
He was in fear. I'm sure he was in fear.
And he was trying to run away. I can see the whole point of where the thing happens. The only thing that's got me hung up is his age and sort of why he was there to begin with. Now, I'm not saying why as in the fact that I get that he had good intentions of helping the people and stuff like that, but because he's so young, he's 17, why is he there at all?
Yeah,
that's
would
my
you want to
biggest...
put your 17-year-old child in that area or that position or that? That'd be like, well, you're basically you had your 17-year-old in a war zone.
That's the point I have. Why? Now, there's the argument of he was across state lines. It's not that far. A 30-minute drive to me is nothing. Okay, we live in Texas. Everywhere.
You frequent that area, you know.
I don't know, but the point is that I'm trying to make is that he is so young, and why was he there? Not because he has every right to. An adult has every right to be there. An adult has every right to do everything. And I don't think that because he is 17, he shouldn't have been able to carry a gun.
Right.
But I'm saying that because he is 17 and is so young, why was he allowed to be there?
Well, they're doing that.
And I heard, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
I heard, and I don't know if this is a myth, that his mom dropped him off there with a gun. And I don't know how true that is. And the internet loves to spin tales of what's happened and how it happened and who's a criminal and what's not a criminal and all of this other stuff. So how do we know that that's happened? My biggest question and the biggest hurdle to me for his legal team to come up over is the whole reason why he was there. I think he was justifiable in his self-defense in the moment, but what got him to the situation is the question. So that's where I fall. It's gray. It's very gray when it comes down to. But I think that felon with the handgun that got his bicep blowed off, if he really believed that that was an active shooter in that moment,
he failed to commit, and you should have committed right then. That's where I fall on that situation. I don't think he was a hero because he was out there committing, just being a protester in air quotes, a rioter, maybe, but in that moment when he had the opportunity to act, he failed.
Who, the felon?
The AKA felon dude.
So also AKA
Bicep boy.
Everybody's gonna be like, oh, a felon had to go. That just goes to show you, just because you're a felon don't mean you don't have guns or can't have access to guns.
That's right.
But the thing is, he knows he shouldn't have it. That's against the law. He
let alone at a place like that, doing what you're doing.
He broke the fucking law. Yeah. He had all intentions. He wasn't using. He knows he shouldn't have that in his possession of that. So if he felt like he wasn't safe going there and doing that,
he probably
without a pistol or something like that, he shouldn't have been there. That's my.
So it seems like this whole situation is a no-win for everybody. When you really start.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
It's two groups that I don't necessarily align with on either things. There's parts of one group that I agree with, and then there's parts of another group that I agree with, and I'm sort of in the middle of yes and no to a lot of different issues, but I don't think that the innocent business owner should pay the expense of what a cop does, whether he's justified or not.
Yes.
So that's where I fall on that side of the things. No, police aren't perfect. Everybody's a person at the end of the day. But I think the innocent business owner shouldn't be the one getting
there's a lot of
the
people
boot end of the stick
working jobs that they suck at, So that's what I say about that.
Yeah, I mean that's totally true.
Yeah.
People get ridden up at their job every day.
Some people shoot people in the back.
With all the hubbub about Kyle, I mean, I feel like it's sort of been falling back to the wayside as far as the original incident, From what I barely understand, this is sparked by a guy that wasn't supposed to be there, and he ended up getting shot by the police and didn't die, but he is paralyzed from what I understand. And he wasn't supposed to be there. He was an active criminal getting into his car, but we're living in these times where everything can be warped. I don't even know if that's the real story, because you can't really find the truth out there, and that's a scary thing that we're about.
Out there.
And then you have media outlets that go, well, he was unarmed carrying a knife, or unarmed holding a knife. That's what the headline said.
Well, then he's armed.
He was the headline read unarmed holding a knife. Really?
Well, fiery but mostly peaceful protest.
Yeah. I mean,
everything's fine.
Yeah. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
One, they're not burglars anymore. They're unwelcome house guests. Y'all seen that?
No.
Well, that's like the burglar on my roof fell through my skylight and landed on the kitchen island on a knife, and now he's suing me because my knife was out on the. That happened a decade ago.
There was one that I know that I heard about was a guy broke into somebody's house, and he broke into the garage and he got stuck in the garage. Well, to survive, because the family was gone for like a week on vacation, and to survive he had to eat dog food and live off of like a 2 liter of Pepsi for like a week. He sued the family for emotional damage and won.
So like, I'm going to guarantee you, I don't know if we want to talk about this or not, but...
We talk about anything.
Well, we talked about the murder insurance about, with the concealed carry stuff. Yeah. Well, I call it murderer insurance. You get mad about that.
Well, I don't think that they like the term being called murder insurance. But
yeah, I don't think you'd be a good PR rep for
USCCA.
Yeah, I don't think you're hired, bro. Keep your job.
Like, let's say you have a home invasion. You have a burglar, a dirty scoundrel thug bastard come into your house, and you ventilate the son of a bitch, and he's dead laying there. They had to scrape him off the floor. His family can turn around and sue you in civil court because of like emotional distress, the loss of income, because it's not their fault that homeboy's main income was being a thief.
But I mean, that's crazy how nowadays
they can do that. The family can sue you in civil court.
So how often?
I don't know.
I don't think they necessarily win, but you're still looking at being tied up in the court proceeding.
Yeah.
You're still looking
And that
at
kind of goes
lawyer
back
costs,
to
you know.
what the kid is going to go through now.
Exactly.
You know? I don't know if his family had any sort of, USCCA coverage and is being the shit right now, but what does your future look like? Is it worth it nowadays? Would be a good question, because we were talking about that then and it kind of seemed like it wasn't as worth it.
We buy insurance for literally everything else. Why not?
In our area, we haven't seen anything like Portland or Seattle or even New York or anything like that as far as rioting or anything goes, but I mean, it can happen anywhere.
There's state law. You got laws. Somebody's in your house. We have the castle law.
Yeah, we're pretty well.
You're pretty well covered on that. Now, if there's a convenience store robbery and you're
A patron.
I think you can use deadly force if somebody's in the act of committing a felony.
Mm-hmm.
In an active attempt to stop a crime, you can use deadly force. So,
and the castle law also covers your neighbor's home. You're allowed to, use deadly force to protect your neighbor's property as well.
Well, just don't shoot people in the back running away.
And that's still a gray area, because I know
There's
that there was
also
actually a case in Longview.
Oh.
I was in 2006 or 2007, where 3 young men, 16, 17 years of age, broke into a house that had a for sale sign in the front of it because they thought that everybody had moved out and it was unoccupied. Well, it turned out the homeowner was actually there and he was asleep on the couch, and he heard somebody messing with the door and proceeded to shoot his 12 gauge through the door, killing one of them, and then they took off running, and as they were hopping over the fence, shot the second one in the back as he went to go over the fence, and the third one got away and was later arrested. And they did the same thing. Dude ended up actually not getting any charges pressed against him, and they were, again, 16, 17-year-olds, but he didn't know that, and it's the middle of the night, and they're breaking into
that's
the house.
where you get the leeway. When I took my concealed carry class, they advise you that if somebody's running away to just
not
stop.
fire, yes.
But if it's at dark, it's at night, you have more leeway because
there's like a crime against your.
And he and they were, like I said, they were still on the property at that point, But
if there's somebody in my backyard at night, I'm probably I got a 6-foot privacy fence.
Mm-hmm.
They know I'd be back there.
Yeah.
Well,
there's a law about that in Texas about what the wording is, but it's somebody's creeping around at night in your yard or something,
Yeah, at that point, in Texas, once they're on your property, the castle law does not stop at your front door.
When you were talking about the neighbor's property, that would still fall under in defense of an act of crime.
Yeah,
so you would still be all right in doing something like that. But, it really, at the end of the day, it depends on how good of a lawyer somebody else has versus how good of a lawyer you got, and whether you can weasel your way out of something like that. We're not advocating that you shoot anybody or anything like that. That's a last resort as far as everything goes. But, you're always going to be in for something if you have to shoot that at somebody, or even in defense of your own home. You're probably going to be taken to jail that night. And especially if somebody is dead, you're going to be taken downtown to have a talk with the popo. I don't know if we've said this on the podcast yet, but don't talk to the police without a lawyer.
Shut the fuck up.
Just stop talking. Don't talk.
Shut the fuck up.
Even if you did everything right, their job is to get a conviction. They're not your friend. Stop talking.
And then that also leads into, say it is 100%, there is no question asked, justifiable shooting, right? You're protecting your home, you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your property, but maybe you shot them with your, 1-inch shy shotgun,
Right.
You're going to jail.
Yeah. They could. Now, not everybody's an ATF guy and knows the ins and outs of gun laws.
Don't shoot your NFA violation.
Yeah.
With disclaimer, nobody here has an NFA violation firearm.
True.
He just brought that up.
It's just
no, I'm just saying.
It's just a topic of conversation.
There's a lot of people out there, and that's what they have. They have, maybe a shotgun that was, their dad's,
or
whatever.
Shockwave.
or a shockwave. But maybe it was their dads or whatever that they've got. They're not necessarily avid shooters or whatever, and that's what they have is that one shotgun. And yeah, let's just say it's not too sure. I'm not talking about the people that roll around with their kitty cat in the under their pillow, but
or what if my damn AR or my AK that's not 922R compliant?
Yeah, I think that you could potentially, if somebody especially if you were in a district or an area
that's a lot more heavily
how about
regulated
the
than
guy
AR.
that defended his house in California and had all the 30-round magazines?
Yeah, he had something as simple as that, even where you're looking at, I didn't have a 10-round magazine, but I defended myself.
Yeah, well, please vote for the right reasons, vote for the right people that are willing to at least try. You don't want to end up like California, but depending on the district, the district attorney, I mean, they might be willing to make you an example. 922R compliance is nearly a joke.
Yeah.
But it can be used against you in a court of law. It's a law, bro.
Well, I think it's more of a law for the importers and manufacturers, not for the individual.
Well, it exists for a reason, and I think if somebody wanted to twist it up enough, they could fuck you over it. I mean, I don't know, and I'm not wanting to give anybody any ideas, but if you can make your shit 922R compliant, I suggest you just go ahead and do it. It's not that hard. Well, guys,
well, it is now since Tapco went out of business.
Oh yeah, I don't know how about they're
You're not
part of
gonna get them
Remington.
single hook and double hook AK triggers anymore.
I don't really know what all they had. I just I know that Bubba uses them a lot.
What did they do?
What?
What did Tapco make?
They
AR-15 and AK and SKS furniture. They went out of business because they were part of Remington, and Remington is going ass over tit. And
DPMS and Bushmaster too. Remington bought them.
Yeah, Bushmasters.
I think that might be a saving grace though to try and because they were being sued by some group.
The Parkland, yeah.
The Sandy Hook Foundation or
Sandy
something.
Hook, yeah.
Or
it was whatever. The court ruled that you could sue the gun manufacturer because of the way that they.
Yeah, because a woman bought her
marketed.
autistic son a fucking gun.
Because of the way that the commercial, they marketed the gun as like.
That was the argument.
Yeah. Because of their marketing. Because of
I didn't really
commercial
see
for
it, but okay.
Yeah.
I don't ever see
They glorified it, is what they said. They said the marketing campaign glorified having an AR.
For evil purposes.
For evil purposes.
Now that actually kind of, without me even bringing it up, I actually brought up guns in media. Y'all have seen Academy commercials, right?
I don't watch a lot of TV.
Okay, but have you ever seen an Academy commercial?
I don't recall seeing one.
Okay, well, have you ever seen an Academy commercial? Well, in like the Academy commercial, they won't show like an AR-15 or anything like that. They will refuse to show.
Well, Academy doesn't sell them anymore, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Do
Well, they don't have now. Not now.
I know Dick's doesn't.
Dick's, we don't shop at Dick's. I don't shop at Dick's for political reasons. They don't sell them. I don't shop there. In the commercial itself, they won't show an AR-15. They only show shotguns. That's the only gun they're willing to show, and be prominent with.
Yeah.
So have y'all noticed anything like that? Like there's like this hush-hush thing when it comes to advertising in media, but on the flip side of that, what are our movies based about?
Movies.
What are our games based about? Shooting. 90% of the games nowadays
Yeah,
are
we like
first-person
first-person
shooters.
shooters.
Look at what they did with cigarettes. It's the same thing.
There's always in there. Yeah, cigarette. Well,
They're gonna.
It's like it's blacklisted.
You
From
can't-
advertising
You're not
only,
gonna
but not
advertise
content.
it. You're not gonna see it on
yeah,
TV.
first-person shooters are fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy them. There's always been a push since like the 90s to get away with these evil video games with guns in them because they're destroying our youth. I don't agree with that. I mean, it's,
Because you think you turned out just fine.
I turned out just fucking fine.
I mean, everybody played Grand Theft Auto.
Everybody
This
played
is
Grand Theft
true.
Auto. I mean, yeah. When
I mean,
learned
I
about
played Need
hookers-
for Speed, but you don't see me, going 120. Never mind.
Yeah.
I wouldn't incriminate yourself on the podcast.
I did.
No.
Said I wouldn't.
Shut the fuck up.
And
But-
it's not Friday.
I don't know. Yeah, and it's like video games and movies. In movies also, they do this awful representation of them too.
Yes, I mean that could be a whole show.
They never run out of ammo. They never reload.
My favorite ones are the cowboy movies where they're just shooting a 6-shooter like 12 fucking times.
He's got like an AK mag in his 6-shooter revolver.
No, he never reloads. I mean,
There was one and they were shooting a Beretta and the slide was locked back and he's just steadily shooting.
Yeah, a little firearms training would go for a lot.
yeah, Terran Tactical would teach them.
Oh, I bet he would. He'd like to teach some of them, depending on how they look.
What the edge of the precious look like.
Golly.
Oh, yeah. That's how.
So would you still buy a Terran Tactical firearm?
No.
Really?
No.
Boycott it.
You know, it
Zach?
was funny that day, the day that came out, and I shit you not, I thought about, you know, the Second Amendment hasn't had any Me Too shit.
Uh-huh.
And that day, I don't know whether I conjured that into the ether,
You made it
but
into
it
existence.
literally happened that day. And I was like,
That was just a creepy video altogether.
Oh,
It was
fucking
creepy.
fucking weird.
It was fucking weird. It was.
Hey, Eskra is that girl in Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
All
Just
I
so
know
you know.
is that Terran
Is it?
Tactical
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was
value.
the other one.
Yeah, she's in it too, but
They added the black-headed one.
yeah,
What else?
she's somebody else. But Eskra is that girl in Modern Warfare.
They need to put Grand Thumb in. You know, Grand Thumb went and did models of himself for Call of Duty.
I actually didn't know
I heard
that.
rumors of that.
That would be fucking hilarious. I would probably
I quit
get back into
I
it.
quit playing it. I didn't.
did too.
When they
It's
did
too-
all the
Too much to download.
when they too many downloads, and then the season things on video games piss me off because the microtransactions kill me.
I
No.
can't.
You've already paid $70 for a game. You don't have to pay them anymore
Oh, yeah.
for $5.99 or
And-
whatever.
If you pay, you get a little charm on your gun, or you shoot fucking purple tracers, or you have goddamn blue shoes on, or
You know, stuff like that back when we were growing up would have been just part of the game. They cut things out and then resell it. And I get it's a different market. It's an inflation. It's all this stuff. We can have a talk about that sort of thing. But I just feel it's so disingenuous to be selling like a fucking charm on your gun for like $5.
yeah.
It's so stupid.
And when you get killed, they show the person's charm they had and kill feed. That's like Battlefield 1 and the fucking weapon skins. They did absolutely nothing to change the gameplay, which I'm glad. But no one could tell what fucking gun you had unless it was you playing.
I just think it's gotten too far down. We've strayed too far away from God.
But
We really
guns
have.
in the media. What
Well, I just see that, you know, you don't see advertisements for guns, and you don't see, but yet we glorify them in games and media. I just feel like the dichotomy is so weird. I know that they don't want, you know, children to be exposed to it, for God's sakes, but still,
children play video games.
they play video
Their
games.
parents buy them for them.
You know that big thing with Daniel Defense over the NFL where they couldn't play their ad in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I know Coley and Noir made a big fucking deal about that. Why not allow it? You know, they have good money. Advertisers are just turning away good money for something that's not going to change your political opinion at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's just going to piss a lot of people off because they see guns as they see a gun even visually as an offensive thing.
It's a trigger.
I mean, if you want to look at gun stuff, you have to be in that fucking circle.
right, and they want it to be that way.
Yeah, you have to be a gun enthusiast, or have a subscription to American Rifle or something like that. Or pick a magazine up. You don't have guns in mainstream commercials, TV. Now, if you watch the Outdoor Channel, you might see a gun commercial,
Oh yeah,
but you're not gonna see one on fucking
TBS.
or fucking
you know you don't see it
CNN.
CNN.
on
Yeah.
Fox News even.
Yeah.
Yeah, CNN's not going to get through then cut to a, Springfield XD commercial.
Yeah, just like they don't do cigarettes or snuff
Like I
commercials.
said, just like you don't see cigarettes anymore. I mean, they're just
But-
going to...
Isn't it kind of weird that we have, like, for that example, cigarettes, snuff, guns, as like this whole underbelly of American society that if you looked at our TV, you would never even see. You'd think we were all high on pharmaceuticals, as many fucking doctor commercials that we can't order. We can't order Seroquel or whatever the fuck, but that we get advertised.
Well, we all have fibromyalgia or something.
Right. And I mean, I kind of get, the capitalist in me is like, why can't they advertise? They have enough money to put it on TV, then okay, do it. But we as people can't go up and be like, doctor, I'd really like you to prescribe me fucking NyQuil or whatever the fuck.
Ambien.
Give me some fucking Ambien.
Because the TV said.
Because the TV told me, ask your doctor about Ambien.
Yo, can I get some Ambien?
Yeah, maybe.
Or Oxycontin commercial would be fun. It's like, you like getting fucked up and driving and not remembering where you're going?
Did y'all ever see...
You're just waiting on a DMT commercial to come up.
Did y'all ever see that commercial for the medication that was for... Because people took Vicodin so much they can't poop anymore? So it was a medication to fix you for your medication. I don't know what it was called. I don't remember what it was
If you take a bunch of painkillers, they stop you up pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, you know about that?
I've heard.
Okay.
I don't partake in pain medicine.
Well, you're a good boy.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think at the end of that, I don't know. Do y'all have any closing thoughts at the end of our little conversation? Is there any weird history that you'd like to bring up, or have y'all heard any crazy stories here lately other than, our society going down the drain and the Civil War II electric boogaloo starting up again?
It's not so much a weird thing.
Yeah, that was his original job, was to come up with crazy history.
Well, here's a crazy history that I found out about today. And it's the largest shipwreck fleet in the Western Hemisphere.
Oh.
So, during World War I, when we entered the United States, we didn't have a big fleet of supply ships. So their idea was they went to all these ship manufacturers in the United States because steel was hard to get and everything else. They were going to build wooden steamships to shuffle supplies.
Yeah. I know about this. Yeah.
Supplies back and forth to Europe. Well, I think there was only, by the time the war ended, there was 275 or so ships that were actually built. And the United States at that time had dumped about $1 million per ship into them. But the ships had problems because they're wood, and they had warping and just a bunch of issues with the shipbuilding because people hadn't built wooden ships in a long fucking time. So the United States government had all these steamships that were just useless, really outdated, that they were full attention on using. So what they did, they took all 270 so ships and went up in Maryland. It was up the Potomac River, and I think it's called Mallows Bay. They burnt the whole fleet of ships in the bay. And
why did they just burn it, though?
Because they were useless. They didn't need them.
Well, there's the U.S. government once again.
So today, all these ships and the holes and what's left of them are basically these man-made islands, and they got vegetation growing on them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Mallows Bay in Maryland, up the Potomac River.
So it's like a whole ecosystem, a man-made ecosystem of old wooden ships.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking right.
That were never used.
They didn't even use them. They didn't even make one trip.
No, they never. They had them, and they put $1 million in each ship, which with inflation, that was very expensive back in 1916.
Yeah, that's probably $1 billion today.
Yeah. So all these ships were taken to Massachusetts and burnt, or Maryland, and yeah, that's pretty interesting. So
that was very interesting.
You could just
good job. I was giving
Bay.
you shit, and I can't do it anymore. Still not as cool as Hitler's alligator, but
no, that's timeless. But
oh no shit!
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. That is cool. People, you got to look at this. It's like little islands, little boat-shaped islands in the entire bay. That is so rad, and I had no idea that existed.
They do look like little islands. It's
little
very
boat-shaped islands. That's so
that
crazy.
aerial shot of it is pretty cool.
And they
That's
used
the weirdest thing I've ever
they
seen.
used concrete blocks as ballast in the ship. So The concrete blocks are still out there and everything.
You could really have like the ultimate game of Battleship.
The has-been battleship.
Yes.
It looks like little battleships, like a little board game
that's
battleship.
exactly from the aerial. That's exactly what it looks like.
It looks like some sort of like modern art type thing, where it's like like reclaiming the earth type thing, like some sort of statement. But
it looks like me when I played Battleship and stuck all my guns or my ships in the corner.
Nice.
Yeah,
they're all right here. Nobody would be like this crazy.
Who would make a straight little?
That's a game I haven't played in fucking forever.
Yeah. You'd think they'd come out with like a new one by now.
The movie was kind of stupid.
Yeah. Isn't there a second one too?
I don't know. There's like 8 Sharknadoes, but I think only one Battleship.
I think there's a second Pacific Rim. That's what I'm thinking of.
Pacific Rim 2.
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen Pacific Rim 1.
That's my closing statement.
That's pretty cool.
That's what I contribute to the group today. Besides all the other shenanigans and nonsense and bullshit.
It was a lot of shenanigan, nonsense, and bullshit today. Well, I want you guys, if anybody's out there listening, we want to start doing what's called build breakdowns, where we kind of go over some of our more crazy builds that maybe we put a lot of more money into or a lot of effort into. Sean has his 7mm that I really want to do a thing on. I've got some guns I would like to do a breakdown on, like maybe something cool like that. We'll get the GoPro out. Yeah. Taylor, if you have something like
my Marlin Model 60,
yeah, it would be fucking cool. Just tell us what this thing means to you. And if y'all would like to see that, please hit a like on this video. We're gonna start doing that just to upload to the YouTube channel to have something more than just podcasts. Eventually, we're gonna I want to start paying for a hosting platform so that we can get it on Apple Podcasts. It's just out of breath right this minute because
it's not in the scope right now.
Yeah, it's not in the scope right now, but I will eventually be doing that.
I think having the GoPros on the hunting Jeep at night would make some really good footage too. Yeah, I think would entertain anyone.
We got to get on that. I don't know anything about video, but I'm going to learn. We're going to start doing stuff. We're going to have more video content coming soon.
We just got our hands in a bunch of cookie jars right now.
Yeah. And this is just sort of something that we do on the side. We're not professionals by any means.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Exactly. So that's it for today, guys. Keep your hand out of the cookie jar. I'm Zach.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Sean.
And that's 3 Guys, 1 Bullet podcast. Have a good one.
I was doing so well.
3G1B podcast is edited, written, and hosted by myself, Zach Moody. It was grounded and maintained on the intriguing conversational talents found in my 2 co-hosts, Sean LaPaglia and Taylor Pond. Please leave your comments, hate mail, and questions at 3g1b.pc@gmail.com or on our social media, Facebook, YouTube, Podbean, Twitter, and with luck, Apple Podcasts. Thanks, guys, and have a great day. Stay strapped.